Good afternoon and welcome to Vlogmas day 17. I'm going to start off with an apology because in yesterday's video I said I'll have loads of time tomorrow, I'll take you along with all of my day, you'll see everything that I do. And it is now 4:30 in the afternoon and I'm only just signing in. So I'm really sorry, I've just been busy. So today, got up, took Taylor to nursery. So he started at 7:30 today, it's his full day. So I took him off to nursery, Sam stayed at home because he's working from home today. And from there I then went to the gym. So it was open gym, I did some squats and then I did the workout of the day, which was a partner WOD with a girl that often comes in at the same time as me on a Friday, so we did that together. And then I did bench press as well. So I was there until about 20 to 10 from about 8 o'clock, so quite a long time. And then I just headed along to TK Maxx, which is nearby. I wanted to get some little bits to put in Sam's stocking, and if you know TK Maxx at all, you know they sell absolutely all sorts. So, you know, I was able to get him a few bits. I'm not going to say what they are, but I mean, I got 3 bits for Sam and then ended up getting loads of stuff for Taylor. Not loads, but another book, because, you know, you can't have too many. And also, what else? Like a little jigsaw puzzle, but a very basic, like my first jigsaw puzzle. It was a space themed, 4 different puzzles basically, which I thought was nice. And also a matching, it's like animals, but each animal's split into 3 and they join together. So I thought that might be quite good for him. He really loves animals and it'll be good for his sort of starting to recognise which bit goes with which and being able to put them together and stuff. So, I mean, it says it's not recommended for under 3s, but, you know, as long as he's supervised and the pieces are big enough, he's not going to swallow them. So, yeah, I thought that was really nice for him. And I also got a game that we can play as a family over Christmas. Is it called Obama Llama or something like that? It's like a rhyming charades type game, which sounds really fun. And I got some tea bags, ginger chai tea and something else, just like random things, which you do when you go to TK Maxx. A bit like Ruan, Yorkshire Soul Girl, went to B&M the other day and went in for a couple of things and came out with £65 worth of all sorts. A loaf of bread, a this, a that. So yeah, it's one of those shops where you get easily swept away. And then I picked us up some breakfast and came home, so it was like nearly 11 o'clock by the time I got back. So throughout the day I've been doing some decluttering. I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but I'm starting to get, well, I have been for some time, really quite stressed with the clutter in the house. We have a lot of stuff, accumulated over the years. You know, I haven't lived at home with my parents since I was 18. So I've lived in various houses with, you know, friends and and on my own, and so I've accumulated a lot of stuff. Sam, you know, I would say probably 2/3 of the stuff in the house is mine, but there is also a lot of Sam's as well. And probably won't mind me saying, but he's not the tidiest of people. So a lot of stuff combined with not being particularly tidy all the time means that we're living in a bit of chaos, really. You know, there are some rooms in the house which are really lovely and well organised, like the living room, because we spend so much time in there, we do keep that as nice as we can. Obviously when Taylor's been playing in there it's a bit chaotic, but then once he goes to bed, either Sam or I or both of us blitz that room and it's all set and ready for the next day. We try and keep on top of the kitchen, but you know, I've talked about this before, it's quite small and lacking in space and storage, but we do try and keep on top of that. I'm probably painting it out to be worse than it is, you know, but I'm getting quite stressed by it and the amount of stuff that we've got. We've got a garage as well, which is just full. So we've made it our January goal is to have like a major spring clean, declutter type thing of the whole house and the garage. At some point we would like to move, so trying to move house with a house full of rubbish is not fun. So obviously we'd like to, you know, just declutter and just get rid of stuff, and yeah. So anyway, all of this was saying, I've kind of today been making a start on that here and there. So I was in the kitchen earlier and I think I'd emptied the dishwasher, and then I was like, right, I'm just going to tackle that cupboard. So there was a cupboard, and I just thought, right, I'm just going to get everything out of that cupboard and only put back in what we use or really need. So I filled up a bag of stuff from there, and then another random cupboard. I thought, while I'm on a roll, I'll do another one, and I did the same thing, and I ended up like doing 3 different cupboards, filling a bin liner pretty much and a carrier bag with just utter rubbish. Why have we got these things? I'm sure I'm not the only one. So yeah, I made a start on that, and then I've just been doing the same in the bedroom. So we've got like a bookshelf. I've got 2 bookshelves alongside the bed on my side, and it just gradually just loads of stuff gets put on there and you lose track of what's on there at all. So I've just been doing the same thing there, just binning stuff, you know, dried out lipstick or this or that, a random earring where I've lost the other one, and you know. So that's what I've been doing. So that means it's now like 4:30 and I've not really checked in with you. Well, I haven't until now. I did do some sewing related stuff, so I'm going to show you. I managed to cut out all of the snoods for Taylor's nursery staff, as well as a couple of scarves that people have ordered from me for Christmas gifts, but they're paying me to make them. So I just thought I'd show you those. So I've got 4 snoods to make for Taylor's nursery staff. There was a 5th one, but that was his key worker, Karen, who is leaving today, so I gave her an infinity scarf this morning. I also gave her a bottle of Bucks Fizz in one of the bottle bags, which was my Sew Hayley Jane tutorial for this month. So that's done, so there's just 4 left to do. So I've done them each a different fabric. I had them all like clipped together nicely, and then this one's all falling apart. Right. So first combination, this is obviously inside out, but it's the brushes one, the brushes sweatshirting with the teal alpine fleece, and then one of these labels on each one. So it's, hello, focus, focus, focus. There we go. You are important, you are enough, you matter. So that's for one person. Then the next person is getting the butterflies with the pink alpine fleece. Next person is getting the leopard print with the black alpine fleece. I didn't have any more different fabric that I'd got from First for Fabrics, because I'd originally thought I had 6 to make, so I was going to do them 2 of each. But then when there was only 4, I didn't want to do them 2 of one and then 2 others. So I had this lovely red alpine fleece, and then I had a look in my stash and found enough of this incredible space print. And it goes really well because there's that like burgundy colour on some of the rings of the planets. So that's another one. It's so hard to give this one up because that combination, but I do actually think I might have enough of that to make myself one. So that's the 4 for Taylor's nursery staff. Then the 2 that I'm making for orders, I'm making an infinity scarf in the paw print and the grey, and then also this fabric that was chosen and the grey alpine fleece on the other side. So that's going to be really snuggly. Then, you know what I was thinking? I really want a snood. I'm making them for other people and I want one for myself. So I think I'm going to make myself this leopard print one with the black on the reverse. And then I thought, actually Sam might like one. It might be a nice thing to put in his Christmas stocking. So I'm going to do him cable knit on one side, and then this grey heavy jogging fabric left over from my Jackson pullover on the other side. So that'll be quite plain, but still lovely and nice, and it's just to keep his neck warm, isn't it? So I'll put a little label in it saying "You are loved" or something like that. So I did do some sewing related stuff. I got cut out mostly, and oh, just to show you something, by the way, this has been an absolute godsend when I've been cutting out. So it's just like a quilting ruler basically. It's Omnigrid by Prim, and it's just been so useful for making sure I'm getting like straight edges and everything squared off and things. So using that combined with my cutting mat, which has got all the grid lines marked on as well, so that's been really helpful. Right, I think now Sam's out at the moment. He's gone to Metro Centre to the Apple store to upgrade his phone, and then he's going to pick Taylor up from nursery, so it gives me some more time. So I could either, yeah, I think I'll start sewing these snoods up, because later on, by the time you see this, it'll have already happened, but the Stitch Sisters are having a YouTube live Stitchmas party at 8 o'clock tonight, so I think I might join in with that. Sorry, I'm just moving this candle because I realised I put this candle on Sam's work laptop, which probably isn't a great idea. It's pumpkin pie, so this is left over from like Halloween, and it's from Albion Candle Company, which is my favourite. Love them. I'll link to them down below because they're amazing. So I'm going to try and join in with the Stitchmas party. I always like see these things that are going to happen and never get round to joining in because I get tied up doing something else, or I end up sitting down in front of the TV and watching something. So I thought I might join in with that later. It's just a YouTube live, I guess. I'll have a drink and I'll be in my PJs. I haven't made anything specially. But I've got some sewing that I could do while I'm part of that YouTube live. I think I'll work on my Anthea blouse in that fabric. I'd really like to have that made up for Christmas. So that would be better to work on because I'll not be using my overlocker for that. I'll be using my sewing machine. So I'll be able to focus a bit more on the YouTube live and the comments and things. If I'm using my overlocker, it's very noisy and distracting and things. So yeah, I think that's the plan. I'm going to start working on these snoods. All I'm going to do for my overlocking thread is I'm just going to have one colour in 3 of the needles, so the 2 loopers and the right needle, probably just white because that's what's on there now, and then I'm just going to change my left needle if I think I need to. Although it's going to be quite tricky really. I'm just going to have to choose quite a neutral colour because like this is pink and this is blue, so you know, I'll probably just choose one. So like for this I might just choose blue thread to have in my left needle, but then the others will all be white, and then I'll just change it for each snood as I need, or if there's any that I would use the same for, I'll keep it in. Does that make sense? Right, I'm going to go and do these now and I'll check in with you a little bit later. Bye! Hi, I just thought I'd check back in. It is 8:30 now. I'm joining in with the Stitch Sisters Christmas party, or Stitchmas party. I don't know if any of you did, because when you watch this it'll have happened, but they're having some real problems with their sound, bless them. The sound quality is really terrible. So yeah, they're having real problems with that. So they're just trying to sort it out at the moment. I am, while I'm watching them, they both look absolutely amazing by the way, so they've got these amazing outfits on. Rachel's wearing a blue suit and Nikki's wearing a sequined one-shoulder dress, and they both look absolutely incredible, but their sound's really poor. So hopefully they'll get that sorted soon. While I'm watching them, I'm just pinning the neck binding onto my Anthea blouse. I really want to get this worn. Well, I want to get this made so I can then wear it over Christmas because it's festive. In a little while we've got our Tesco shop coming, so between 9 and 10 our Tesco shop's coming. There's not actually much for us on that shop. Mainly what it is food for some hampers that we're putting together. So there's an organisation near us, well in the northeast, called Feeding Families, and they do work throughout the year to support families in need. But last year they were brought to my attention by a family member on Facebook. Her work support them, so that I became aware of them, and basically they families that need support in the run up to Christmas with buying food register with this charity, and then donors can sign up to then be matched with a family in need. So we did it last year for the first time. We matched, you can choose, sort of, you can put in your requirements, what size family you'd be willing to support, you know, how many miles you'd be willing to travel, things like that. So we ended up matching with a family of 4, a few miles away from us, about 4 or 5 miles away from us. and we put together a hamper for them of Christmas food. So you're provided with a list by Feeding Families of what to include in the hamper. They encourage you or instruct you not to add extra things, because then that could become very unfair between donors and, you know, families receiving different quality and quantity of food and things. But I did have email contact with the lady from the family that we were supporting last year, and I just made sure that what we were getting for them was what they wanted. So I checked what meat they wanted for their Christmas dinner. You know, the instructions tell you to get them a Christmas pudding. Well, I hate Christmas pudding, so if that was in my hamper, it wouldn't go, you know, to any use. It would be wasted. So I just asked them a few questions, things like that. You know, what veg do they want with their Christmas dinner? Do they like Christmas pudding? Things like that. So I was able to then make a list, and then Sam and I put together a hamper for them, and we delivered it a couple of days before Christmas. And their little girl, they had 2 children, but their little girl came out with a bunch of flowers and a card for us, and it was just so lovely to know that we had taken away that stress and worry from them. So this year, because of my change of career and change in financial circumstances, I was really worried that we weren't going to be able to do it. But Sam said absolutely not, there's no way we're missing it. You know, even with our changing circumstances, we can still support the family that needs it. So we registered again, and we've been matched with the same family, which is really lovely. Then Feeding Families put out an appeal, because they had a lot of families still unmatched and they didn't have any more donors. And a lot of the families that needed help were single families, and probably a lot of those would be elderly. So I spoke to Sam, and we actually registered to support a second family, and a family of 1 we've gone for. So yeah, we're supporting 2 different families, and we've ordered all of the food other than the meat and the fresh veg. So that's all arriving tonight. So I've got a couple of like Christmassy bags for life, and when the shopping arrives, we're going to sort of divide it. I might actually film doing that, and you can just see sort of the things that go into the hampers. And then we'll be delivering those on Sunday, which is really like a heartwarming thing to do, I guess. Yeah, and because I'd shared it, you know, what we were doing on my Facebook page, at least one friend that I know signed up themselves and registered with a family. Actually 2 for definite that I know of, maybe more that didn't make me aware of it. So yeah, I think it's really important. Probably between the 2 hampers for these 2 families, it's going to come out at maximum £80, probably less than that. And that's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. That's a fabric haul, or that's a meal out in a restaurant, or, you know, and these are families that, you know, have maybe really had a hard time since the pandemic began, or just in general that they're struggling and they need support. So we're in a position where we can offer that. So yeah, so that's coming between 9 and 10. It's 8:30 now, so I've got half an hour potentially. The Tesco delivery might come at 9, and I'll have to go downstairs and sort that out. So I'm gonna carry on pinning this neck binding. Hopefully gonna see the Stitch Sisters if they've managed to sort out their problems, and I'll catch you in a bit. Bye. Hello. Look at this. What's going on with this hair? Never mind. So the Stitch Sisters live has finished. It was really lovely. Yeah, really enjoyable. I had to leave partway through because the Tesco delivery came, and Sam was in the bath at the time. So they also deliver the stuff in these big crates, but all the stuff's just loose in the crates, so you've got to stand at the door and literally like take everything out of the crates and put them just in the corridor of your house and then deal with that in a bit. Has anybody got any suggestions for how to make that easier? Are we just doing it a really difficult way? I don't know. Yeah. Obviously used to come in plastic bags, and then it doesn't anymore. I'm not sure if you can pay and have it in plastic bags, but we don't really want to do that. So yeah, there was about 8 crates just full of stuff that I had to take out and just plonk in the house while also trying to stop the cats from getting out onto the main road. So yeah, that was fun. And then I came back up and just watched the rest of the live, but by that point it wasn't live. And then I've just done a little bit of sewing, and I've been watching Ruan's new videos, the Yorkshire Sew Girl, and also having a text conversation with Ruan and Rachel from Stitched Up at the same time, which is quite surreal, but lovely. We're going to meet up next year, which is going to be really nice. Really, really nice. So anyway, what I've done is the neckline of the Anthea blouse. So it's finished with a binding, and I've just done that. Attached the binding, understitched it, pressed it over again, and edge stitched it. It looks really, really nice. I'm really impressed with that finish. So I'm going to pop this on my mannequin, and I'm going to go downstairs and pack the hampers, so I'll take you along with that. I'll also show you, if I can, my Kylie in the Machine advent calendar for the past few days, because I haven't actually done that. So if I can find where I've put the labels, I think they're all on the stairs, ready to come upstairs. I'll show you those as well. So yes, I'm going to take you downstairs now, so see you soon. Welcome to the world's worst lighting and the kitchen. Sorry if you can hear the dishwasher, but I just thought I'd very quickly show you the Kylie in the Machine labels that have been in the calendar for the past few days. So I think, have I shown you these ones? Eat, Sleep, Sew. Can't remember which day that was. Yeah, they're really cute. Then I think I showed you these ones. Party dress. I was talking about the fact that I may never make a party dress. So yes, those ones. Right, next up I think was this one. Made with Love. But then there's a little asterisk after the love, and then on the other side there's a little asterisk, and it says, "Don't look too closely," which is really cute, so they can go on some things that I've made for other people. And then this one is really nice. It just says "Yay," yay with a little exclamation mark, and in the exclamation mark is a little smiley face, which is really cute. And then I think that was today's one. Yesterday's was a patch, and I absolutely adore this. So it says "Making is Magic," and it's got some little tools at the bottom, scissors and wool, pencil, that sort of thing, and it's got a moth on there and thread, needles, lots of lovely things. So yeah, really love that one. So we're all up to date with the Kylie in the Machine advent calendar. I have a lot of light coming down from the spotlights in the ceiling. So I'm going to take you into the living room now, and we're going to pack up the hampers for the 2 families that we're supporting this Christmas. So I'll take you along for that. So that's everything other than these all need to go in the fridge and the freezer. So we've got Christmas pudding and chocolate sponge pudding, chocolate Yule log, pigs in blankets, although there should be another packet of these. So I need to have a look with our shopping or see if they've missed them out of the order. Got stuffing balls and Yorkshire puddings, and then there's the fresh meat and the fresh veg to get tomorrow. Sam's going to go and get that with Taylor while I'm at work. So yeah, we've got 2 big bags of food, which will hopefully just take a little bit of the stress away from these families this Christmas. Yeah, we hope it does. Anyway, just before I sign off, I'm just going to show you what we've put out for Taylor for his advent gift for tomorrow. Just grab it. So it is this. It's the Father Christmas book by Raymond Briggs, which is one of Sam's favourites, so he really wanted to get this for Taylor. So put this out for Taylor for the morning, I'm at work in the morning, so Sam can spend some time with Taylor reading this, which will be lovely. Just before I sign off, I'm not sure if I've shown you my amazing slippers. Sam thinks they're hideous, but I'm just going to put them on and see what you think. Can we get my feet in this picture? Can you see those? How great are they? Sam absolutely hates them. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. So that is Vlogmas day 17 done. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Happy sewing. Bye.